Fight the power, man.
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene, so you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
That's all you can do, man. No. Yeah, just give up. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I was trying to be hopeful, but...
There's no reason to be.
You're right.
There's no reason to be.
Well, in that case, blow me. Another choice quote from the second half.
Oh my god. Okay, so we're back. We left off with I don't know. I don't even know. Does it matter? They got invited.
Left off right after the party invite. Yeah.
Yeah, the party invite. Right. So what that means is montage time.
It's gonna be a montage.
That's right. Makeover shopping montage. Here we go. They go shopping. We got Paget, we got Cameron, we got the sister Bryn, and we got
Nisha.
And
these are the extra people that he's bringing to this fancy party.
Yeah. They're all having a good time. He doesn't seem to be having a good time. So yeah, stuff from the trailer. We get the shirtless shot. She's like filming him and he takes the shirt off, which kind of weird that he's just taking a shirt off like this in a place like that. Like just, I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I mean, it's like a
dressing room
area, I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's one of those like fancy LA shops where like, you just half the place is a dressing room.
Yeah.
Like,
and
everyone's little booths like in Kohl's.
And everyone's good looking anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like, oh yeah, take off your shirt, right? Yeah, exactly. That checks out. And he takes off his shirt and she's like, hot damn. Cobra Kai. You can Cobra my Kai, Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for having my ass.
Yeah. All right. So then we get home and they've gone shopping and now it's haircut time. And she's going to shave him and give him a haircut.
Yep. And they do a little bit. It's super weird.
That's weird, right? Okay. I just want to check to make sure that's okay.
It's weird for a number of reasons because she's like shaving his face, which has nothing to shave on it. So that's one reason.
That's goofy.
Yep. But the other reason it's weird is because it's as weird as you imagine. Like they've been friends now for, 2 days.
Yeah, maybe a week.
Yeah. And friends is, I'm using that term loosely.
Loose. They fell in shit together and that's about it. So.
Yep. But we did get a little bit of backstory of like him taking his little sister to the Harry Styles concert. Like, oh, you know what? He is a nice guy after all. Deep down, he cares about people. Who cares?
He's still an asshole. And then we get the big reveal. He comes out slow-mo, pinstripe suit, ready to go, short hair, looking good. So good that even his sister's a little creeped out. And she's like, if you weren't my brother, I'd say you were hot. And it's like, you kind of just did. So
he is your brother.
He is your brother. Or I don't know what that family runs in Wyoming. I don't know what you got going on over there, but.
Yeah. And he says that, which I don't understand. He's like, oh, I feel like I lost on Dancing with the Stars. And you're like,
what?
I don't think I get the joke.
No, I don't. I definitely didn't. I was like, that's stupid words.
What does that feel like?
Those are stupid words you just strung together there. So this is about the halfway point, and now we're heading to the party time. Let's go. Drop it like F. Scott, right?
Mm-hmm. Super subtle.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not at all subtle.
No, it's a big party. I don't know who's cleaning this up, but
maids and stuff.
Probably
the help.
The help, right? Which
exactly.
They may not be help anymore soon. So
oh boy. Yep, probably true.
Probably true. So Pat is doing an update to all of her followers. We get the slow-mo entering also from the trailer. They're walking in. People are like, "Oh, damn, who is that guy from Cobra Kai?"
And he's like, "Oh my god, this is insane," which is a perfectly accurate comment for like the scope of this rich people party.
Yeah.
And she thinks he's talking about everyone looking at him, and she's like, "Well, you're hot now. You better get used to it." And he's like, "What?
What?"
It's so weird.
So we pan out. We just see kids are partying. They're all dressed up. They're all into it. I was like, do kids don't have parties like this? Do they? Do kids have parties?
I think rich kids do.
Oh, rich kids. If there's any rich kids listening, let us know and send us some money too.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else you can do?
Jared Luca on Venmo.
What else you can do with that stupid money? Nothing. So nothing of value. Send it to us. This is a value. So.
Yep. They're like, wow, this party's even better than her Sweet 16, which was in Turks and Caicos. Like they rented a whole beach or something, and you're like, what? Why? How?
Eat the rich, you know?
Yep, that's right.
Hey, you know what, though? Good for them. They're only going to get richer, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good
run for them.
Probably decade.
Yeah.
Probably longer than we think.
Yes, probably until I die. So
About a decade from now.
probably a decade from now, when the sun burns out.
That's right. That's right.
Finally.
Yeah. The inevitable heat death.
So, yes, the bet friend, Alden, she comes over and she's like, it's her birthday, and she's up with a mocktail. Well, I like that they're all drinking responsibly, but it doesn't make any sense because then the kid later is like, I don't know.
Well, I think he got into the parents' booze cabinet there.
That's what you do.
That's what you do. And these kids are like, all these kids are drinking mocktails. It's crazy.
What a waste. Someone's got to spike that stuff. Let's go. Fire it up.
That's right.
Don't be a loser.
With consent. Don't spike it if people don't know.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And then there's a little bit of like the bet talk, and Padgett's like, hey, bro, don't bring that up right now. Yeah. And she's like, all right, let's settle down. Don't bring that up right now. I thought the friend kind of overheard it, but that doesn't come back later.
Nope. And then they do the reminder of what the bet is. I guess we'll see who's going to be a loser for life. And you're like, I still don't know what that means.
Don't know what that means. And then we cut to Jordan and his bros. Kind of funny. And he's sitting there. He's like all sad, whatever. And his bros are like, yeah, whatever, man. And
he's like crying a little bit.
Yeah, Aniston ditched him, whatever. Yep. And one of his buddies was like, he's like, yeah, man, she was hot. I'd be crying too.
Yeah. And he's like, wait, you guys aren't recording this?
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
We got to do another take. And he like tries to make himself cry, but he can't.
Yeah. I can't do it. The moment's lost. And he's like, well, you did lose her to a guy who plays for the Clippers. Now, I'm just curious. How old is everyone here? So he's
like 17, 18. And like you said, like they're like seniors in high school.
And Aniston was also in high school, or is she just a backup dancer, right?
Unclear. Gross.
She's dating a guy in the Clippers.
Yeah. It's messed up.
Got to be probably at least in his early 20s.
At least.
And she's 17 or 18 years old. And he's probably like 23, 24 years old.
That's correct.
I'm just doing some basic, what I know.
It's gross.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Just checking out.
Yep. Nope. It's horrible. And they like laugh about it, and they're like, "Oh, nice. That's pretty dope."
Yeah.
Is it? Or is she being like abused?
Yeah.
Because that's not pretty dope.
No, that's not. This is all signs are pointing towards that.
Yep.
Okay. Anyways, and then we get the little side B story here. Anisha and Quinn chatting up on the rooftop there, giving a little B story here, which is great. And
they show Cameron and our hero having fun.
Paget. She's not here. No one's our hero in this except for
you're right.
Matthew Lillard. Yeah, thumbs down.
But yeah, they're like overseeing the fun from the roof is where Quinn and Nisha are.
Yes. I don't know what they just kind of get to know each other, which is fine.
They like flirt a little bit, and they're like, "Why don't we go get some drinks? I know where the parents' booze closet is." And you're like,
"Let's
what?
Go fire it up!" And then Jordan confronts Paget in the stairwell here, and he's like, "Why are you still mad at me? It was like 2 weeks ago."
She's like, "Blow me."
And and then long extent, she knocks his drink out of his hand. He's like, "That was the last one. I have his mango. I hate mango."
That was the last pineapple flavored one.
Yeah, and then to get really super creepy, Bryn, the sister, shows up, and he's like, "Oh hey, what's up there?" And I was like, "Wait, she's a sophomore."
Yeah, she's like 14 or 15. Probably.
14 or 15, yeah, and he's 17, 18.
He's probably 17 or 18. Yeah, it's not great.
I don't know. If you're a senior, you can date a sophomore, I guess. That's kind of weird, though,
you
right?
can, but like, you're gonna get ostracized for it. As you should be.
Yeah, it's a little gross. Weird times. High school's a weird time. Am I right?
High school's a weird time. Yeah,
am I right?
A little weird.
So
then we cut to Paget and Cameron
in a photo booth, and they're doing some photo stuff here, and then Cameron kind of opens up and he's like, "Oh, because you're so beautiful."
He's I'm repulsed by you because you're so beautiful.
Like, what?
What?
You're an idiot. They almost kiss, and then then we cut outside, and we get a little bit of hubbub here. The sister shows up, and she's
time to sing "Happy Birthday."
Oh, right, that's right. And then the sister shows up, and she's like all freaked out. She's like, "Hey, can we get out of here?" Whatever. And she's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" Jordan shows up with his.
It disrupts the whole party.
Disrupts the whole party. And basically she's like, he was, we were kissing and whatever. And then he tried to do a little more. And then Yeah.
She says, and I bonked him with a pool ball.
Yeah.
You're like, bonked him with a pool. What a sentence.
Yeah, that's quite the words there. And then Cameron drops my favorite line to call people piece of shit. That's a great one. Bringing that back.
Totally.
And then I love how kind of funny. Jordan, this was kind of funny. Jordan takes off his shirt, and Cameron's like, "Why'd you take off your shirt?" And he's like, "I don't know. That's for me to know and for you to find out."
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
All right, at least it's a little selfish.
Everyone around is like, "He's not worth it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it." And he's like, "Nope. This time, it's totally worth it. I'm gonna Cobra Kai your ass."
And Cameron just kicks his ass straight up.
Yep.
I thought he was going to kill him.
I wasn't ready.
I thought he was going to kill him. He was going to take a really dark turn about like kids fighting and like he gets
that would be so funny.
Yeah. But Jordan gets the last laugh. He's like, "Nice camera your mom got." He didn't say that, but he just tosses his camera in the pool.
I mean, he does kind of.
And Cameron's just like, "No, it's my mom's camera."
Yep.
He goes in after it and he's out and then whatever. And parents pop out of the cake and like, "Happy birthday." And Alden's like, "Not now."
Not now, mom and dad.
It's like,
that was kind of funny too.
Cameron leaves and then Paget goes after him and they have like a moment outside. He's like, why am I even here? Why with the F, you know?
Yep. And then he storms off.
Yeah, crying. Crying.
And Alden pops over and she's like, your little freak parade ruined my party.
Just a reminder.
Yeah. Like totally understandable if you want to back out of the bet now, because like obviously you're not going to succeed.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh no, the bet is on." And then like Alden does a little like turn around sneaky smile, like yes, good
eggs, and my plan is coming to fruition. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then we're still at the party a little bit later on, right?
Yeah, we're back in the house, and Alden finds Jordan passed out on the couch.
Passed out, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and the sweet spot, I think, right before he's hung over.
Yeah, the sweet spot. And she makes a move on him, and he's like, "Where's my shirt?" And she's like, "Who needs shirts?"
Gross. Yep.
All right.
And then they hook up, presumably, which I'm like, wait, where did her parents go?
Like, yeah, whatever. They're rich.
Isn't this their living room?
Yeah, they're in another part of the mansion.
Probably.
And then we're at Paget's house, and she's giving like a heartfelt update about life to her followers.
Well,
but
heartfelt, she's going live.
Yes, but then she gets a bunch of likes and comments coming through because of the fight that was being filmed. And
yep, the party's going viral.
They
love Kung Fu Cameron.
Love it. And then we're back at school, right?
Yep. That's right. And everyone loves him now. Everyone's like, "Oh, Kung Fu Cameron, you're the man."
That's right.
And he's like, "Whoa, I'm cool. I care now."
And then we get the prom king queen nominations. Oh, that's right. That was my prognostication. It's going to turn into like a Carrie situation. He was going to get pig's blood poured in his head from the ex-boyfriend. But
that's right. Yeah. Didn't happen, unfortunately.
So he gets a nomination. Jordan obviously gets a nomination, and Sebastian, chemistry guy, he gets the nomination too. So
yep. And then we get introduced to Celeste briefly.
Yep. Right.
Our throwaway character Celeste, and she's like, if I didn't believe in the patriarchy, I'd vote for you for prom king. And he's like, "What?"
Okay. And exit scene left.
They did. This is when Matthew Lillard starts to get a little funny because he does the announcement about Cameron being nominated. He's like, Cameroon Kuehler. He's like, "Tanya, is this a joke? Is this a joke name?" He's like, nope. I'm being assured that this is a real student. Whoever that is, nominated for prom king.
All right. Yeah. And then Jordan and Alden show up and they're together. And she sucks. And this is where we get the big twist here, isn't it? Is this the part? Yeah, big twist. Yeah, this big twist where Jordan takes off and Alden's like, "Yeah, I've been pulling all the strings since the beginning. I could have shut off the phone and live stream. I want your followers. I want your face. I want to wear it around town. And I want your family, your dead family. I think her family's dead. I can't remember.
Yep.
And I want your boyfriend, and I want your boyfriend's camera. And I want it all." And whoa, big bomb drop there. She's big Kaiser Soze moment here. And
yeah. And did you say that she also exposes her for being poor at this point?
Yeah, she's like, "Oh yeah, and you suck because you're poor."
Drop the act. We know you're poor. She's like, "How long have you known?" She's like, "A year."
I make $3,000 a month posting stupid videos. Like, you're fine.
Far from poor. Yeah. And then so she's like got this new like cheerleader dance squad that's following her around, like campaigning for her prom queen campaign, which is silly.
I mean, that's all you gotta do to win, right? It's just get some
I
answers.
guess so.
Right?
And that's when Quinn's also there, and Quinn's like, "Oh my God, I had no idea she was going to be a backstabby friend like that. Like that's crazy."
Yeah, Quinn's, and she's like, "Oh, I don't care if you're poor. It's fine."
Yeah, I like poor people too. And then she talks about flirting with Nisha a little bit, and Paget's like, "Oh my God, you would be so cute together. Are you going to go to prom together?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then Quinn leaves, and Cameron shows up, and he's like, "I'm mad that you didn't do anything the other night at the party there." And that's when Sebastian comes over, and he's like,
right.
"Oh, dude, you're a rock star. Fight the power, man. Like, I'm voting for you." And you're like, "Wait, what?"
And I wrote a poem for you. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, he did write a poem for him, which was kind of weird.
Weird, right? And then he's like, Cameron invites Paget over after school. He's like, "Hey, why don't you come on over? I got something to show you."
Gasp.
All right, and then we're at Cameron's home, and
in the mansion.
a bunch of stuff about blah blah blah, revenge, getting on Jordan, whatever. And she's like, "Yeah, no, I'll get him," or I don't know, it was stupid. And well, they talk a little bit about his photography. They're like looking around in the dark room, or is that not yet? Is that no? This is it. Yeah, this is what he showed. Yeah, he shows her a dark room, which there's one way to get a lady is show her your dark room.
Yeah. And she's like, you can make money at this. Like, you're really good at photographer. And he's like, I don't care about money.
Like what?
The most rich guy thing to say of all time.
You don't care about money.
Yeah. And she's like, well, you're throwing away your talent. And he's like, speaking of throwing away your talent. And he starts like wiping off all her makeup. And you're like, dude, what are you doing?
What's going on here? This is very creepy. What are you doing?
It's so weird. So they're both like, I have something to tell you. And for Paget, it's about the bet. And for him, it's asking her to prom. And he doesn't let her speak. And he doesn't ask her to prom either at the moment. But it's basically like, he's like, you're here because I trust you. Yeah. More than anything.
I didn't even let my grandmother in here. She probably thinks I'm running a meth lab.
Yeah.
It's because he is.
Yeah. Yep.
But she freaks out and she just takes off.
Exactly. She's like, I have somewhere to be. I'll call you later. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
They did kiss in the scene too. There was a brief little kiss.
Yeah, there was a brief one. And then you're in the kitchen. Cameron opens up to the sister, very open about the whole situation, which seems weird because I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know. It's good. It's a good sibling conversation.
Yep.
Things are getting complicated with Paget, and sister kind of goes off. It's kind of annoying. And then there's this whole thing about first time kiss is kind of weird, and first time having sex, which is weird that she's bringing
it's so uncomfortable. And then grandma's like, yeah.
So is the last time, because you never know that was your lady. You didn't know that might be your last time.
Gross, grandma.
Kind of funny though, grandma, and true.
Yeah. And then Cameron's like, wait, what do you know about sex? And she's like, nothing. I just know stuff. Gross. Stop all of this.
Yeah. All right, so then we're car wash because it's car wash time. That's what high school kids do, I guess. And Paget and the good friend are like, hey, he didn't show up. And she's like, whatever, I guess not. And then he shows up with a big photo of her face and roses. And he's like, hey, prom? Question mark.
And he's doing a social media. Bryn's getting it on video, like just the way she would have wanted. He's putting his own...
He's turning into a piece of shit.
Aside.
Yes,
yep, exactly.
He's turning into a piece of shit who films everything.
I'll be garbage like you.
Yeah, but we can be garbage together and fill the landfills.
That's right.
And then, and then Alden shows up and she's like, hey, aren't you going to tell him about the whole thing? And she's like, what are you talking about?
Well, and like Bryn, I think, stops filming. Maybe it's hard to say. Stop filming. Maybe she did.
Hard to tell.
And it's actually pretty funny. Then when they go through this whole thing and they do the am I a fucking bet, etc.
Yep.
You can all go to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Alden's like, yikes, that was hard to watch, which is what we all say about this movie.
Yes. Yeah. All right, so then we're back home. Paget's home, and she's ironing. She's doing a terrible job of that. She's trying to get in touch with Cameron. He's not responding. That makes sense. Mom shows up. She gives a life lesson, like, hey, quit being such an idiot.
From the trailer, it's only a mistake if you don't learn from it. And you're like, no, it can still just be a mistake.
Yeah, it's still just a mistake. You screwed up. You're a piece of shit. So.
Yep.
And she's like, just be yourself. Well, don't be yourself because yourself is a piece of shit.
Because you suck. Right.
Yeah, because you suck. So stop being yourself. Be someone else. Be someone better. Don't be sorry.
Yeah.
Be better. And mom parts with some advice. And we're back at the Hearst farm Or here we are at the Hearst farm.
The Hearst farm.
Hearst
It's like, I thought you were a good judge of character, horse, because that was the thing he said earlier when the horse first met Paget. And then
back at Paget
I
house.
was like, and the mom's like dressed up for some reason that I don't understand.
Well, she's gonna be a chaperone. Yeah, she was a chaperone. She was a chaperone at the prom.
Right, which I guess you dress up for. Yeah.
And I was like, this is the moment where they'll reunite her with Matthew Lillard's character because they were from the original. I was like, wait, they're not the same characters in the movie, so they wouldn't know each other.
Well, and they do make a little bit of a joke about that later too, but it's stupid.
So then she does a vid chat with Nisha, and her good friend. Yeah, the two of them are together. They're going to prom and whatever. And she's like, I don't know.
I just want to make things right. Like, I know he's your best friend, but I've fallen for him, and like, I have to do something about this. I'm really upset. And then so she's like, okay, well, there is someone you could ask for help. And so then she calls the sister, Bryn.
Oh my God. She's going on
like, screw off, bubble girl.
And Paget goes off about like her lesson learned, but I love how like she's like crying and going through
ridiculous.
I lost everything. I lost my sponsorship. I lost my college fund. Like, really?
Yeah. She starts that with, I know you've lost a lot, talking about their dead mom and dad in Sweden. Dad who abandoned them. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, what are you? These are not comparable things. And she's like, yeah, I also lost things like money.
Followers. That's it.
That's about it. Yeah. She's like, I can't lose him too. You're like, what? This is so selfish.
Yeah. You're not even learning your lesson here. Like,
nope. She's learned nothing.
Oh my God. The only thing I care about is losing your brother. Okay.
So silly.
Transition shot, a voiceover from the principal again. Something about committee dance off.
Tonight's the big night.
Big dance
off. The
off.
committee made a totally good decision, and I fully support them.
Yep. All right.
And then
horse farm.
We're at the horses. Yep.
And this is hilarious
Bryn
too.
Shows up.
She shows up. It's nighttime, and she's like, she starts
not stop laughing.
This was like, I was like, is this real? And it was weird because it felt like she was. It felt like it was so strange. There was like this weird meta moment where it felt like she was acting inside the movie. Like she was.
Yes.
Right?
Like the crying, she was crying in the scene and it looks so fake.
And it felt like she was like, this was part of the setup to get him to go to prom. Like this was part of the plan. Yeah. And it is, but it's like, but she was like being heartfelt and like crying about their dead mom. And
it's so messed up.
And then she's going on about like how he was happier and has been better with Paget around, just like how he was when mom was around.
Yeah. You've been happy again for the first time since mom died. And you're like, what? And then she's like, she wraps it all up with like, don't lose her. We lost mom. And like, you have a chance now we didn't have a choice on that one. And you're like, what? So you can't lose her too. And he's like, okay.
This is a plane crash too right here. What is going on?
Yeah. Yes. I wish that they didn't like, oh, and then Paget gets in a plane crash on the way to prom.
No, a plane crashes into her car.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did she die in a plane crash or a car accident? Kind of little column A, little column B.
Yeah. Yeah. Porque no los dos.
She died in a plane crash. Well, she wasn't in the plane, but a plane hit her.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. So this movie's so terrible. So we're at the prom, and Alden shows up, and she sucks, but she's like, "Yeah, wait till you see this choreography I got planned." And then here he is for his 30 minutes on set, Matthew Lillard, and this is the best part of this entire movie right here. Is just all the stuff he says and does for the next 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yep. He starts off like kind of grumpy, and you're like, this isn't really landing for me. Where he's like, if you stop looking at your phones, you can see people dancing in real life. But then he gets funnier when he's like, wow, we do have weird traditions here.
Yeah.
I guess now we're gonna have a dance fight.
Which is
you're like, it takes 1,000 years, listeners.
So dance off, and we get a full on. Dance
it's like
off.
5 minutes.
Also, I love how there's only like 50 students at this prom. Like, how many kids are in your school? Like, there's like no one there. It's just like people dancing, and like 10 people are on the outside. Like, what?
Yeah. Actually, speaking of which, I completely forgot I was going to give you facts about stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I'll give you one right now.
Do it. Why not?
Hey,
it's a new segment. We're still working it out. Still working
Yeah.
on that.
So my Miralest High School in Rolling Hills Estates, California, was once recognized as one of the largest high schools in the United States. Had 4,000 students. That's what made me think of this.
Yeah, gotcha. The student number. Okay.
That's right.
4,000 students. Holy
Yeah.
shnikes.
I mean, my high school had 3,500 when I was there.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty
Mine
crazy.
did not have that many.
No. Fair enough.
I think we were in the hundreds. definitely maybe cracked 1,000, maybe barely, but
Yeah. My graduating class had almost 1,000.
wow. Mine was like
Ridiculous.
165, 170.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Get lost in the crowd, you know?
that's just what happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Anyway,
so we have
there's
a
no
dance.
students here.
Yeah,
You're right.
it's like my school. All right, so there's a dance-off montage, and yeah, I wrote the same. This is so long. This is like eats up like 6 minutes of screen time here.
Yep.
And then we get the first kind of funny bit from Matthew Lillard. He's like talking with some kid off the side, and he's a DJ, and he's like, "Yeah, where's all your spinny stuff and your turntables and all this sort of stuff, and where's your equipment?" He's like, "I don't have any of that stuff." He's like, "We paid you $4,500 just for you to be on your phone." He's like, "That's more than I make in a month." He's like, "Did you know that?" And the kid's like, "I do now."
It was pretty funny. Which, speaking of technology,
Spitting them out. Here we go.
do you know? Are you familiar with High Tech High in San Diego?
No.
Apparently, that's a real thing. And they do like a project-based learning approach, and they have like this big modern open campus, and it's like one of those like weird California schools that you would expect, where they're like, "This fosters creativity for the students," blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, "All right, put the kids in the classroom, please."
Yeah, get them back in there and start working. Yeah. Or start
Get
reading.
to work.
Yeah, start reading, get to work.
Mhm, read a book.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Is that it? Okay.
that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
No, these are quick ones about California high schools.
Oh, I love it.
That was
Okay.
the theme. Yeah. In the last 5 minutes of the podcast.
So then we're crowning people now, right? Kings and queens here. And yeah, Jordan
It's
wins.
pretty funny.
Jordan wins king, right?
Yeah. This
And
is all of Matthew Lillard's lines here. Like, look, I know this means a lot to some of you, so let's just get through it.
Yeah. And when Jordan wins, I love like all his backhanded like comments. He's like, he's got a face you just want to slap. I wouldn't do that.
I'd never
though.
slap a student
I'd
until
never
they
slap a-
graduate.
Until they graduate.
And he's not going to graduate.
which he won't.
So funny.
Oh my god! And then Padgett wins prom queen.
Yep.
And this is also one of those weird things. Like, why is she getting a speech right now? What is this?
I
Why
get
did she bring a
so upset. Why does she have slides?
slide? Why does she have a slideshow? Like, what is this?
Doesn't make any sense.
So it's the big moment of her like learning her lesson and who she is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's big theme about the streaming and like being fake, and she quotes Cameron's line from earlier when they're at the Union Station there, being like,
Yep.
high school is just a bunch of jerks who fakes who just want to whatever blah blah blah.
Yep. A really important person to me once said that. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. That's the lesson that he taught me, and I wish I didn't have to lose him to learn it. It's like, you're not like his dead mom.
Yeah, like, died in a plane crash.
Yeah. So she gives the tiara back, and Matthew Lillard's like, "What?" And he's like, "All right, well, second place." And then
Alden
this
thinks
is
it's her.
the only comeuppance that this girl gets, which is none.
Yeah,
Like, there's no consequences.
No, she's still rich. It's not gonna matter.
Yeah, she like busts up to the stage. She's like, "Second place coming through," and he's like, "Actually, you came in fourth." And she's like, "I demand a recount." And he's like, "No, you lost by a lot."
It wasn't even close.
Yeah, super funny. And it was writing candidate Celeste.
Yeah, our goth chick. So she wins. She smacks Jordan. She's just like, "Suck it," mic drop, and takes off. It's beautiful.
And Matthew Lillard loves it. He's like, "DJ, hit it."
Yeah.
You're like, God, this movie sucks so hard.
So then Padgett goes home, right? And so she leaves. She's like, "Hey, Mom." She talks to Mom and Nisha, right?
No.
No. Well, she does,
They
but
should go home. Yeah.
she leaves. Well, she's like,
She leaves. She walks out. Yeah, she's leaving.
she tells him, she's like, "I'm gonna go home," whatever. And Mom's like, "Oh, when he's whatever." I don't really do
Mom's
much
like,
about it.
Why do I know this song?
Yeah, the Kiss Me song. Oh my god.
But you're right. Yeah. Then they're just like, okay, well, bye. Like they don't say anything important.
No, no, it was just like a setup for the moment for the mom to be like, oh, this song. Why do I know this song? Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Apparently she had to do that line like several times, which is also makes me upset.
Damn it. Like,
it's in the bloopers in a couple minutes.
Yeah. Like, what? Why is this so
you can't just say.
And I've said this before, if you're gonna make nods to like previous movies or within the franchise, you don't need to do the wink, wink, nod, nod stuff. Just do it.
Just do it, and the fans will get it,
or they won't, and we'll move on.
Exactly, and it'll be normal for everyone else.
Yes.
Instead of terrible like this.
Looking at you, Alien Romulus.
I still haven't seen that one.
You should see it, but yeah, there's a lot of wink, wink, nod, nod shit. All right, so then she goes outside. She's getting a bunch of texts, I guess, from Cameron or something like that. Yep. And then all of a sudden you hear,
I saw your speech, and she's like, "Wait, you're on social media now?" And he's like, "Nope,
nope." Gallop. He shows up on a horse.
No sense. Yep.
I don't get how this works.
Yep. He just rolls up on a horse. Well, they explained that too. He's like, yeah, because he's like, oh, like she's like, how did you get here on a horse? And he's like, well, Bryn helped. Like we had a trailer. And you're like,
she can't drive. What is going on? What is happening? So you put the horse in a trailer, drove it all the way up the 405. What are you talking about? You drove it. You guys took the 405 or the real the Californians. And then you unload the horse at the high school and happen to catch her
far away from the high school.
And then happen to catch her. Yeah. Cause what's the point of driving? They're just riding across the park. And happen to catch her walking out of the prom. Like, what were you going to do? You're going to ride the horse up there and then what?
Exactly. Yep. And so she's like, you know what? I want to start being honest with my life. And he's like, good. And he's like, you know what? Something about your speech was wrong, though. You said you lost me, and you never did.
What? You did.
You're like, you're pretty mad.
Yeah. Like you were
justifiably.
You were literally a bet. Like,
yep.
She made you cut your hair, you asshole.
Yep. And then the script is, now where were we? And they start making out. And like this is the end of the movie, basically. Bryn starts cheering.
Oh my god.
And then we get the techno remix of Kiss Me from the trailer.
Get the call from the sponsor, but she doesn't answer. Sister's happy. They start dancing. Weird prom dancing stuff for the prom queen.
Yep. Principal's dancing.
There's this really weird scene where they cut back into the prom and like Celeste is dancing with these two guys. I'm like, this is really weird the way they're dancing right now.
Yep. That's correct.
Matthew Lillard, he's dancing, thinks no one's watching, but you should dance like no one's watching, right? And
totally.
But the kids are.
Is this a nod to the movie that I didn't get? The original one?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Does he do a dance? Because like they have the mom be like they do like a weird like eye contact kind of moment in this scene when he's doing his crazy dance.
Yeah.
And it's like not even that crazy of a dance. It's just a kind of a regular dance. And everyone's like, oh man, the principal's cool. What? And you're like, okay. And then like that's kind of it. Like there's just more dancing. Everyone's it's like 5 minutes for some reason.
And then we cut to I thought it is just California, but it's Portugal, but it is California. I was like, isn't this just the California mountains?
Yep. And she's back to live streaming again with Cameron. And she's like, we're 6 days into our trip in Portugal. And I just wanted to thank my followers for coming back and like really sticking with me for my new direction, which like, is your new direction just being a travel blogger? Like, that's not better.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I hate this shit. And then they just show all the still photos of them traveling around with a hashtag, all their
black and white
global travels. Because I guess he got his camera fixed, his dead mom's camera.
I guess so.
Late dead mom's camera fix. So
that's right.
And then we learned the real bet.
Permanent loser means
you get a tattoo of the word loser on your body. Yeah. And
it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
The two of them get it together and they're like, loser.
Which is also like, they get them like on their arm in like a really visible place. And you're like, why are you getting a loser tattoo? Like, what?
Yeah.
Also, like, we hate Alden. You don't have to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Like, you don't have to do this. Like, there's no consequence for anything. Like, what the hell?
So mad. Yep. And then we get bloopers, and we starts with a Jordan music video, right?
Yeah, which aren't even, I don't know, they were stupid. They were just people messing up.
Yeah, but also like another like 3 to 5 minutes. Like this movie is an hour and a half, and it was probably of actual real content, maybe an hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
like
yeah.
there's 25 minutes of nonsense.
And that's it. That's the end.
And thankfully, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Ameliorate with Jared and Russ. Yeah, I right off the bat, runtime is fine. Make Matthew Lillard and Rachael Leigh Cook's characters be the characters from the original movie. Like, why is that? Well, if you want to make easy fix, make that make that connection.
Make Matthew Lillard put in a whole day's work and like have him be in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems like an easy win.
Don't kill the mom via plane crash. What a stupid.
It was pretty funny though.
It's hilarious, but it's so stupid. Like.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it is a remake of a stupid movie that came out in 1999, but I don't know.
Yeah, make it stupider. Make it like lean into the stupid.
Yeah,
like, make it like hilariously bad instead of just funny at times bad.
Yeah, and let's make it super cringy. Like bring back Paul Walker's character via AI, right? Because he was in the original.
Yep.
Bring him back.
Great idea.
Let's make it let's lean into the stupid shit. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Make it a Paul Walker hologram. That would be cool.
Right? Like what? Let's see what else is there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The whole social media commentary, I guess that's fine. I don't know.
Yeah, that part's fine, but I feel like we get that in a lot of movies where there's like nobody learns anything. Like at the end, there's
no stakes.
Like still doing her streaming career, like her live streaming career on Instagram or whatever she's on.
Like, wasn't she supposed to learn that doing that was taking her out of the real life and enjoying the moments she was currently in with the people that's around her? Like, learn that. She's lesson.
Doing a Porque no dos.
Yeah, like there's no lessons being learned here. And the villain have pig's blood fall on her head or something. I don't know. Have something happen. Have her lose all of her fortune. Have her family be like, oh, we're actually in with the cartel.
Amazing.
We're in with the cartel, and they're pissed. Yes. And have her parents get murdered by the cartel, and she loses all their money. Lesson learned.
Yes.
Don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah, they're running cocaine on their private plane that crashes.
And they die, right? Yes. Drug runners. Yes. That's it. Let's go. Big Pharma always wins, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie stunk.
It's terrible.
Listeners, don't waste your time. Even if you're a big fan of She's All That, just watch that again.
Just watch that again.
Yeah, don't bother.
Don't bother. All right. Well, I don't know. Is that it? We're gonna.
I think that's it.
Shut this prom down here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Play Stairway to Heaven for me.
Let's go. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with a new movie, Trailer Trash. In the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram at @ItsThisMeetsThat. Subscribe to wherever you listen to us, and set us to auto download and share us with a friend. Have a dance off. You can have a dance off to us.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We're pretty danceable at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Great call. And because we're so danceable, you should leave us a review.
Yeah.
5 stars would be nice. Talk about how cool we are.
Yeah.
How awesome.
Yeah.
How we don't need makeovers.
Don't need makeovers.
That's
might.
Right.
Thank God we're not doing video right now. Oof.
We'll probably both do, yeah. But you especially.
You can't make this over. This is it. This is what you get.
Yeah. Or if you're feeling old fashioned, you want to go back to the 90s, send us an email.
We all do.
Yeah. It's thismeetsthat at gmail.com. We'll read it in Trailer Trash. Or just go to the website. If you forget everything that we just said, go to the website. There's all that stuff and more. Merch, buy a shirt, a tapestry, perhaps. Speaking of the 90s, right? But people had tapestries then.
Tapestries have been around for a very long time.
Thousands of years, probably.
At least. I mean, since tapestries could be, erected. Yeah.
Like you do.
Ding dong.
Who's there?
I don't know.
Okay. I thought you were going to do an erect tapestry thing.
No. Tapestry.
Well, speaking of Russ being funny sometimes, he wrote a book called Host, and you can buy that wherever you buy books. There's no information about it on our website, but it is on his website. But also like at Amazon and I don't know, Barnes & Noble, wherever else you want to get it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Make money. Give me money.
It's thismeetsthat.com. where dreams come true.